Don Jr. Oh, yeah, wait. Guys. Okay, here we go. This guy's in charge. What a joke, guys. By the way, fucking, did he have like donuts implanted to no one has eyes this glazed. Seriously. Did he have his eyes replaced with crullers? Criminy. And by the way, he moved the Don Jr. down the lower left-hand corner. Someone gave him a note on his broadcast, if you haven't noticed this thing. This guy, guys, we'll end on this today just to... And by the way, keep in mind that today, as of this video coming out, whatever this is this seriously the way a president acts? Look who's saying that. Guys, all right. This guy is in charge. What a joke. And what a high quality put together. I mean, that's some, Can't Stop Lying. You and I need to work on our thumbnail game. This is, I got to take back what I said about Fiverr. You know what I mean? And that's nice. The little gold leaf. Look at that Don Jr. there. I mean, that's branding right there. It's not at all that he's just taking the Donald Trump gold kind of 1992 digital looking fake gold and using it on. All right. But it's killing it, man. 3,631 views, man. This is, what's the point of being the former president's son if you can't hook up those kind of views, right, guys? Guys.
Really?
Really? Guys? I'm coked out of my fucking head.
Really, Joe? Guys, you have to watch this video.
Guys, you have to watch this, really.
India, they're suffering at
What do you
this
say to
moment.
the folks in
Well,
India?
you make
Look, I'm sorry. This is the last question I'll take, and I'm really going to be in trouble.
Yeah, because he was going and coming back, and they weren't going to take questions because they had shit to do, and so he was going to leave. And you're, what part of this is? I'm sure there's something upsetting.
I don't even know what to say anymore.
Good. Stop talking then. That's great. You know what? What a great way to end your great run on Rumble. You know what I mean? Really go out with a bang. I don't even know, guys. I can't even. How many times can I say, guys?
Joe Biden talking to
Joe Biden, guys. Okay? I don't even. How do you. I need cocaine just to speed this up.
the press corps saying, this is the last question I'll take. Or, I'm really going to be in trouble. In trouble with who?
With his team, because they're like, sir, we got to move on. He's being nice. He actually gives a shit. He doesn't teabag his staff.
You're supposed to be the leader of the free world. Who are you going to be in trouble with? I thought you were supposed to be the boss.
He really doesn't understand this, does he? This is great. Guys, look, if Dad wants... I've told you guys, he used to run around the White House after... Look, if Dad wants another Diet Coke, 17 is not enough, 54 is not too many. It's up to the big guy.
I was apparently under the misinformation that
growing a beard would make my chin look more masculine.
you were supposed to be the leader of the free world, Joe Biden.
Yeah, a leader is not a dictator. Sometimes you can lead by example. This might be a great example. Guys, you can actually lead by example. Like, try not to be a prick. Work with your team. You're the leader of a democracy, not a wannabe Kim Jong-un. See how that works? That's what leadership looks like? As opposed to, oh my God, if I stop being a prick for 2 seconds, people will recognize I don't know what I'm doing, and the only reason they think I'm in charge is because I act like a diva.
But you're going to be in
Oh, my stream got kicked off? Guys, did it? Did you lose me on Facebook? Yikes.
trouble with who? Your staff?
Yeah, because in a charming way, not genuine. He's not going to get... I mean, maybe he gets a little spanking. Maybe it's a Jill Biden thing. Who knows?
Who's going to fault you for taking questions? Are you not capable of getting through them? Is that why you're going to be in trouble because you
Well, if he wasn't capable, he wouldn't come back to do it.
know you'll get yourself in trouble because it doesn't seem...
Why don't you show his answer? and then we'll make our decision.
Like, you know where you even are most of the time? I gotta ask.
Where are you? Where are you? Why'd you have? Hold on. Why'd you have to edit that? Again, this is a 3-minute video. Why are you cutting it like some sort of circa 2010 YouTuber?
Ask, guys, does anyone believe that this is sort of the behavior we should be getting out of the leader of the free world?
Yeah, right. When is he going to come out and tell people to shove a light bulb up their ass and pour disinfectant into their wounds?
Supposedly the most powerful man in America and the world? He's going to be in trouble? Who? Kamala? You worried about?
This is the idea that he Freudian slipped. That he's that's what he's afraid of. He's really, if he answers too many questions, Kamala beats him mercilessly.
About her? If I were you, I probably would be. But
why? Because she's black? Because she's smarter than you? I can understand. Thanks, Lee.
Seriously, you're gonna be worried about her? Is it maybe, I don't know, President Xi? Are you concerned about him, Joe?
If he was, he wouldn't come back to answer a question about how we're helping India, because India and China are competing on the world stage. Remember the fist fights at the border that broke out because there's not allowed weapons in this particular zone? So you had a bunch of Chinese and Indian soldiers beating each other to death. That happened during your dad's presidency. Apparently, you haven't been paying attention. I don't know why he's shouting in the woods. I don't know why he's in a neighbor's yard. Seriously, is somebody going to come up and cuff him?
You know, maybe, is he calling in the chips from all the money given to Hunter? Who are you going to be in trouble with? Why are you so worried about what those...
Why are you pausing on a throwaway line like that? Why are you fucking panicking? Guys, can you believe it? Guys.
Other influences think. If you're supposed to be the president of the United States, if you're supposed to be the leader...
He's not supposed to be. He is. He is the president of the United States. So he can kind of act however he wants and know full well he can afford to... You know, it's kind of like when the president goes, you know, my wife's the smarter of the two of us. When you're the president of the United States and you're not a weak-kneed egomaniac with delusions of grandeur and low self-esteem at the same time, basically... narcissistic personality disorder, you can afford to be nice and deferential to other people because you don't have to clamor for every ounce of power around you to not appear weak because you fear your own reflection like your dad.
The leader of the free world, shouldn't you be able to answer a few basic questions? I understand.
He's got someplace to be. See, your dad would leave a situation like that and then go upstairs to the residency and just live tweet Fox News all day, so it didn't matter where he was. He set his own schedule because he wasn't going to do anything. Because he was on autopilot. The Heritage Foundation would provide him with a list of judges. The Republicans would present him with bills they could get passed, and he would rubber stamp them, hold up his little folder and go, I did a stinky, and then he would hand it to them and then go back to live tweeting Tucker.
And that this is not your strong suit. I understand that basic discourse is not something that you are comfortable with, it seems to...
Well, that's, basic discourse is where someone's asking you questions and you answer them, whereas you seem to be mainly, speaking rhetorically, in someone else's backyard?
To me, at least. And to anyone who's watched you try to speak, both...
He has this, you mean with his stutter? Because he has a stutter and he deals with it and he's dealt with it his whole life? You mean that part? What's your excuse? Guys.
Teleprompted and not, and I understand that...
There's no teleprompter there. He's answering extemporaneously. Why'd you stop before he did the answer? Why didn't you just roll the whole clip? See what he came back and said about India? Because he was leaving and they asked him about India and he came back.
You know, maybe an impromptu Q&A session is difficult.
Yeah, he just done that and he was leaving and then they got another question, went back and he has somewhere to be because he's actually got a schedule as opposed to, 4 hours of executive time?
Especially since you know that the media is going to give you a pass if you don't do it. I guess there's no real consequence to not doing it. But you're really concerned?
Did he just look at notes above his phone again? Dude, you're doing this outside. I know the ones I know you use a little like note card teleprompters when you're in your office next to that pile of shit and your 3 ice cream labels and the first 20 you snorted through and all that stuff. But you're standing in your neighbor's yard. Why are you making a 3-minute video to post on Rumble? You can't get through that without notes?
About someone else, that you're going to be in trouble with them for answering
With his staff because they're on him. Like, we got to really get going. What? It's the I see. It's the giving a shit about other people who are doing their jobs and wanting to do what you need to do, but also respect that other people that you've hired to do their job need you to, stick within the timelines that they've set out so that you can get all the things you want done. People who have real companies, real jobs, real schedules, and aren't third-generation rich kids who can spend most of their time snorting any powder that's laid out in front of them, going to pill pop parties, and dick-wagging in their neighbor's yard anytime because they are not busy with anything. They don't have any deals pending. They've never built anything. They just live on the illusion of their dad as a job creator that their dad lived on because your grandfather actually built a company. See, other people who, actually function in the world with other people and don't have a family-run branding business, which is all based on bloviating bullshit, they actually care.
answering a few basic questions. I mean, we've seen it, guys. This is the liberal media press corps, the marketing arm, really, of the Democrat Party. They're not.
Well, I mean, we do hire the best, I guess. I mean, we're not going to hire Fox News. They suck at their job. You wouldn't hire them to do your marketing. Because if you hire Fox, you're going to lose the House, you're going to lose the Senate, you're going to lose the presidency. Then they're going to get their ass eaten by OAN and Newsmax. I mean, why would we? Honestly, if we're Democrats, if we're gonna hire them to do something, we're gonna own part of the media. It's clearly going to be, MSNBC or CNN. Is their quality? They spend some time. They think about the message. They find a way to shape it for their audience. They obviously are. They're all part of MK Ultra. They passed the CIA's basic requirement test for mind control, so obviously we're going to want them working for us. I would never hire Fox News to get my message across, unless my message is, lubricated catheters are easy to stick in your dick in an airplane. That is basically the Trump brand, is lubricated catheters, presented as champagne.
They're not going to ask you anything tough. They're pitching you.
This is a grown man.
You T-ball, Joe, but you're still concerned. You're still worried that you're going to get in trouble for answering a couple basic questions.
What was the answer, though? You're almost at the end. You've got, you got 14 seconds left. You're not going to show what he actually said about India? You're not going to say what his answer was about whether or not we're going to give materials to create vaccines and PPE and other stuff to India to help them out because of the circumstance they're in, because they're partners with us. I thought Trump loved Modi. So he came back to answer that question because somebody shouted it to him, but he's got to be somewhere. But he's like, I'm going to get in trouble, but I gotta address this. But you don't want to, guys.
To the hometown crowd of the Democrat-controlled media and really your constituents, the American people.
This is going to go out with a dud, isn't it? We've got 5 seconds to wrap this up, and he hasn't even come up with a banter yet. Don, Booby, as you transform into the heel in Die Hard over time, I can give him to you. Which is basically, obviously, if that character was ever shaped after a human being or vice versa, if there's art imitating life, imitating art, it's the fact that over time, Don Jr. is becoming, what was his name, Nelson? Hans, Booby, I can give him to you. John, after all we've been through, that guy.
Man, guys,
Man, guys, guys, dudes, bros, guys. Wow. It must be allergies.
If this stuff doesn't trouble you, I don't know what will.
It does not trouble me. Why would it trouble me? If you came out and said, I'm going to get in trouble, but I got to come back and say this. Fuck India. We just think they should all, we're going to, there's a lot of materials over there. We'd rather just let them all die so we can fly in. And there's a lot of rare earth minerals we could be mining there, but there's all these Indian people in the way. So that would scare me. Because that would be something your dad would say in a second term. Guys, guys. Criminy. What a creep.